Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Gates Jr. '09, back live in effect. Today I want to talk about another very important topic. Let me introduce myself first and foremost. As we all know, I'm a hood nigga. We also know that I'm an intelligent man. But what we don't know is that I experimented with a drug called phencyclidine, and it opened up my mind. They say that I'll never be able to find it. I've been labeled to have auditory hallucinations, multiple personalities, schizophrenia, and I suffer from a extreme short-term memory loss. So, I don't remember half the shit that I say. I just remember all the shit that I saw and know, in so many words. So, again, let's explain what the definition of a belief is. A belief is something that is a belief. It is not factual. It is not based upon anything other than one's thinking. Everything that I state will be from belief. I will bring some factual entities into it, but it does not make it any truer than the sky would be green. It is up to you to do your research and find out what's going on. Now, with that, the reason why I became more conscious of the things that I seen was from a series of documentaries called Hidden Colors. Now, while I agree with the general messages, I just disagree at them once again pointing the finger. Here we are on the third series of Hidden Colors. And the first finger we're pointing at with the rules of racism is being from white supremacy. Let me explain something to you. White supremacy is only in existence because you bow before it. It ain't because there's nothing you can do about it. Again, if you wake up and just say no, it wouldn't be. But let's bust down some of the things that happen in Hidden Colors. It started off explaining the history of black people. Now, since we're talking about a racist topic, I'm going to start using racist words. Again, I don't believe in nobody being black or white. I believe we all in between 50 shades of gray. But besides all of that, all of our histories as Africans and African descents have been tainted, altered, and falsified in order to benefit a specific culture, a way of life. You know, the way of life that everybody around this motherfucker lives. You know the difference between Europeanized and modernized? Nothing. It all means the same. Everybody except for Asia and Africa, the different continents, everybody that in America has adopted modernization or Europeanization. Why? Well, maybe because the people that fought, bled, and died for this country descended from Europe. I don't know, other than any other reason for that being. So let's not get it twisted. And not only did they do that, but they beat the hell out the Indians for it. They fought them for it and won too, after they won the Revolutionary War. So the Europeans conquered this land. So the reason why we have to adopt their mentalities is because they conquered this land. I don't see Rome adopting anybody else's culture because Rome dominated. They decided that they were their own. Nobody messed with the Romans. Yes, they were in Europe, but Europe and Rome were two different places, especially in the back days. Now, yeah, they did a lot of lying and falsifying, and so they created God in their image, and they got away with it. You still believe it now to this day. The very reason why I don't believe in religion is because the religion is nothing but a man's belief. Nobody ever told you to take nobody else's words, but yet we do. Now we go into hidden colors too, about melanin. Melanin was a really funky subject. Nobody really knew what melanin was, but everybody knew what melanin was. Well, bottom line is the pineal gland. And depending on how dark your color of your skin is, depending on how active yours is. Bottom line, long story short, your intellectualness depends on the color of your skin. Thus, the reason why tanning is so important for a certain culture. The more you absorb from the sun, the more chance you have of activating or stimulating your pineal gland and producing melanin. So with that being said, you can't take no one else's melanin. You can only get intellectual with your own self. So there's no point of worrying about something that you have no control over, because if you don't have it by now, you're not going to get it. There are drugs you can try to take. There's everything that you can try to do to alter your mind, but the chances of it being successful is slim to none. Look at me. I did PCP. Now, I'll never be the same Tay. As far as they told me, label me. They say I suffer from delusions because at first I thought that God had put himself in my body. That was absolutely berserk of me. And then on the same night, I saw Jesus. And Jesus wasn't my color. I tell you that much. In fact, God's not my color. So we can kill all of that nonsense about what color God truly is. He's nobody's color. So, now we go on to 3, the rules of racism. Now this is a very intricate topic because they want to blame it on the white people again. Again, we always got to blame the white people for our problems and don't blame ourselves first. Well, that's y'all problem. I don't blame the white people. I blame my idiot ancestors for falling for this bullshit after we were free. Now, I love my ancestors to death, but again, here we are in the middle of a world crisis, and this is a perfect time to end whatever we call white supremacy and just leave it as humane supremacy. And yet, and still everybody running and hiding from Ebola, like the chances of you catching Ebola or getting hit by a car ain't the same. Good luck with that theory and see how far it gets you. But we invent racism. The fact that I'm call myself a black and you call yourself a white, or you call yourself a Mexican, or you call yourself a Chinese man, or that's racism. Arabs, and I'm sorry for calling y'all niggers, but Arabs, we created this shit and we still use it, and then we want to say, hey, it wasn't my fault. I didn't invent the shit. No, you didn't invent the shit. You also didn't invent the first murder. So should you go do it? No. So everybody got it all construed. You can keep pointing fingers at everybody all you want to, but you really got to hold some responsibility for yourself. If you can't be accountable for your own actions, how dare you judge someone else's? Anyways, again, I want to thank Jesus for showing me the way, and hopefully he keeps guiding me in the right direction. And once again, I understand why he wept. Deuces.